All right, so problem number 11. Kind of a funny problem, but well, it's in the book, so let's do it. Problem number 11 says, the following describes the United States stockpile from 1944 to 1974. From 1944 to 1958, there was a gradual increase in the number of warheads from 0 to 5,000. And so what that means is, at the very beginning, how many warheads did they have? 0. So I'm going to compare time versus the number of warheads, which is a very American type math problem. I'm a little surprised it's in our textbook, but it is a reality. So 0 then is how many years after 1944? So 0 represents 1944, okay? And then it says in 1958, they had 5,000 warheads. So it's a gradual increase. You can make the assumption that it is a constant increase or average increase, however you want to. So I'm going to plot a point at 0, 0, and then how many years passes from 1944 to 1958? 14 years. So I'm going to go, time is always our independent variable. I can't think of a time when time was not the independent variable. In other words, we're comparing the number of warheads over time. So that means that our warheads would be kind of the dependent variable or y-axis, and time is almost always our x-axis. So that means I'm going to plot a point here at 14, 5,000. Let's continue to read the problem. It says from 1958 to 1966, there was a rapid increase in the number of warheads to a maximum of 32,000. So again, from 1958 to 1968, that's 8 years. So 8 plus 14 is 22. And there was a maximum of 32,000 warheads. So mine isn't drawn perfectly to scale, but it's way up higher. And you can sketch yours similar to this. So this point here is 22, 32. So the x value represents the number of years after 1944, and the y value, or f of x, or in this case w of t, represents the number of warheads. Okay? So then it goes on, and it says, from 1966 to 1970, there was a decrease in the number of warheads to about 26,000. So from 1966 to 1970 is 4 years. 22 plus 4 is 26. And 26 years later, there was about 26,000 warheads. So 26 years after 1944, the number of warheads they had was about 26,000. Okay. So in these are probably nuclear warheads, right? So if you know world history, when did we drop the first atomic bomb? 1945. What did that start? The Cold War, the nuclear race. So they increased the number of warheads, and then there was a period where they realized they had too many warheads, and so they started getting rid of them, dismantling them. So then it goes on, and it says from 1970 to 1974, there was a small increase back up to 28,000 warheads.
Yeah.
Warheads the candy?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be much nicer, wouldn't it? You're like, that's a lot of candy. Are the lemon flavored ones, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. So anyways, from 1970 to 1974 is an additional 4 years. So 30 years after 1944, it went back up to 28,000, and then they asked us to sketch the graph. And so that's what we did. We just kind of sketched the graph. I'd be curious, well, we could probably Google it. So now we're down to 3750. Okay. That's enough to destroy the planet. Okay. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. And we just want to sketch that.